camp from the crib. Ah!
Muhammad Ali was a name synonymous with charisma and prowess inside the boxing ring. His graceful yet powerful style of boxing was a dance of finesse and strategy, where every move was orchestrated with precision and every punch delivered with intent. Beyond the ropes, Ali's magnetic personality made him a global icon admired for his courage, conviction, and unyielding spirit both inside and outside. Muhammad Ali was known as the greatest and is hailed as one of the most important sports figures of the 20th century. Widely regarded as the best heavyweight boxer ever, Ali held the Ring magazine heavyweight title from 1964 to 1970. Ali's boxing style was a reflection of his unique blend of athleticism and intelligence. He floated like a butterfly, effortlessly evading opponents' punches with his swift footwork and mesmerizing head movement. Growing up in Louisville, Kentucky, Ali started boxing at 12 and won a gold medal in the light heavyweight division at the 1960 Summer Olympics at 18. He turned professional that same year and converted to Islam in 1961, changing his name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali in 1964. At 22, he shocked the world by defeating Sonny Liston to win the heavyweight championship. Cassius Clay was born on January 17, 1942, in Louisville, Kentucky. Named after his father, Cassius Marcellus Clay Sr., Ali had one brother and came from a diverse heritage. His roots included African, Irish, and English ancestry. Notably, his paternal grandmother traced her lineage back to Madagascar, and DNA testing in 2018 revealed that Clay was a descendant of Archer Alexander, a former slave who inspired the Emancipation Memorial. Clay's father painted signs and billboards, while his mother, Odessa O'Grady Clay, worked as a domestic helper. Although his father was a Methodist, he allowed his wife to raise Clay and his brother Rudy, later Rahman Ali, as Baptists. Ali attended Central High School in Louisville, where he struggled with dyslexia, affecting his reading and writing. Cassius Clay made his professional debut on October 29, 1960, winning a 6-round decision against Tony Hunsaker. From that point until the end of 1963, he built an impressive record of 19-0, with 15 of those wins coming by knockout. Clay was knocked down by both Sonny Banks and Henry Cooper. In the fight against Cooper, a left hook floored Clay at the end of the 4th round, but the bell saved him. He went on to win in the 5th round, just as he predicted, due to Cooper's severely cut eye. The bout against Doug Jones on March 13, 1963, was one of Clay's toughest. The unanimous decision in his favor was met with boos and rubble thrown into the ring. Despite the controversy, the Ring magazine named this match the Fight of the Year. In each of his early fights, Clay was known for his bold trash talk and self-promotion. He insulted his opponents with colorful remarks, calling Doug Jones an ugly little man and Henry Cooper a bum. He even claimed to be embarrassed to fight Alex Mitteff and declared that Madison Square Garden was too small for me. In 1960, Clay parted ways with trainer Archie Moore, partly because he refused to do chores like washing dishes and sweeping. He then hired Angelo Dundee, whom he had met in 1957 during his amateur career, to be his new trainer. Around the same time, Clay attempted to enlist his idol, Sugar Ray Robinson, as his manager but was turned down. By late 1963, Cassius Clay had become the top contender for Sonny Liston's title. The fight was set for February 25, 1964, in Miami Beach. Liston was a fierce opponent with a criminal past and mob ties. The fight ended in a stunning upset. At the opening bell, Liston charged at Clay, seeking a quick knockout. However, Clay's speed and agility allowed him to dodge Liston's attacks. At the end of round 4, Clay experienced blinding pain in his eyes. Despite being nearly blinded, Clay survived the 5th round and regained control in the 6th. When Liston didn't answer the bell for the 7th round, Ali won by TKO. At 22, Clay became the youngest boxer to take the title from a reigning heavyweight champion, though Floyd Patterson remained the youngest to win the title at 21. Mike Tyson later broke both records in 1986 by winning the title at 20. Soon after the fight, Clay changed his name to Cassius X and later to Muhammad Ali after converting to the Nation of Islam. The rematch with Liston in May 1965 in Lewiston was controversial. Ali knocked Liston down with a barely visible phantom punch in the first round. Referee Jersey Joe Walcott didn't start the count immediately as Ali refused to retreat to a neutral corner. Liston rose after about 20 seconds, but the fight was stopped, and Ali was declared the winner by knockout. The entire fight lasted less than 2 minutes. Speculation arose that Liston took a dive due to threats from the Nation of Islam or to settle debts. Ali defended his title against former heavyweight champion Floyd Patterson on November 22, 1965. Before the match, Ali taunted Patterson, who still called him Cassius Clay, labeling him an Uncle Tom, and mocking him as the Rabbit. Despite Ali clearly outclassing Patterson, who appeared injured during the bout, the fight went the full 12 rounds before ending in a technical knockout. Ali faced criticism in the sports media for seemingly playing with Patterson rather than finishing him off. Ali clarified that he held back from knocking Patterson out once he realized his opponent was injured. Patterson himself admitted later that he had never been hit with punches as gentle as Ali's during that fight. After defeating Patterson, Ali launched his own promotion company, Main Bout, which handled all aspects of his boxing promotions and pay-per-view broadcasts. The company's investors included mainly Nation of Islam members, alongside notable figures like Bob Arum. Ali had agreed to face WBA heavyweight champion Ernie Terrell in Chicago on March 29, 1966. However, his draft status changed, signaling his intention to refuse military service. Amid widespread media and public outcry over his stance, the Illinois Athletic Commission refused to sanction the fight, citing technicalities. Instead, Ali embarked on a series of bouts in Canada and Europe, securing victories against George Chuvalo, Henry Cooper, Brian London, and Carl Mildenberger. Returning to the U.S., Ali faced Cleveland Williams at Houston's Astrodome on November 14, 1966, drawing a record-breaking indoor crowd of 35,460 spectators. Despite Williams' reputation as a ferocious puncher, Ali dominated with a third-round technical knockout, widely regarded as one of his career's standout performances. Ali squared off against Terrell in Houston on February 6, 1967. Terrell, unbeaten in 5 years and possessing a 3-inch reach advantage over Ali, was billed as Ali's toughest opponent since Liston. Their pre-fight animosity reached a boiling point when Terrell repeatedly called Ali Clay, much to the champion's irritation.
Why do you want to say Cassius Clay when Howard Cosell and everybody is calling you Muhammad Ali? Now why you got to be the one of all people whose color to keep saying Cassius Clay?
Ali declared his intention to humiliate Terrell, stating, "I want to torture him. A clean knockout is too good for him." The bout remained competitive until the 7th round, when Ali severely cut Terrell and nearly knocked him out. In the 8th round, Ali taunted Terrell relentlessly, shouting between jabs, "What's my name? Uncle Tom. What's my name?" Ali claimed a unanimous 15-round decision victory. Following a successful defense against Zora Fali on March 22, Ali was stripped of his title for refusing Army draft service. New York suspended his boxing license, and in June, Ali was convicted of draft evasion, facing a 5-year prison sentence and a $10,000 fine. He remained free on bond while appealing the verdict. Ali entered the U.S. military draft on his 18th birthday in 1962. By 1964, due to his dyslexia affecting his writing and spelling skills, he was reclassified as Class 1Y, fit for service only in national emergencies. Humorously remarking, Ali's status changed again in early 1966 when the Army lowered its standards, reclassifying him as 1A. This meant he could now be drafted amid the Vietnam War, further alienating him from the white establishment. Upon learning of his new draft status, Ali publicly declared himself a conscientious objector. Citing his adherence to the teachings of the Quran, he refused military service. Ali's stance was a bold rebuke to American military involvement in Vietnam, highlighting his belief in religious principles over national duty and underscoring his stance against racial injustice in America, particularly in Louisville. On April 28, 1967, Ali made a dramatic stand in Houston when he refused, 3 times, to step forward for his scheduled induction into the U.S. Armed Forces. Despite warnings of felony charges that could land him in prison for 5 years and a hefty fine, Ali remained steadfast. His defiance led to immediate consequences. The New York State Athletic Commission suspended his boxing license, and the World Boxing Association stripped him of his title. Other boxing commissions swiftly followed suit, leaving Ali unable to obtain a license to box in any state for over 3 years. During Ali's trial on June 20, 1967, the jury swiftly reached a guilty verdict in just 21 minutes, convicting him of violating selective service laws by refusing military draft. Despite a court of appeals upholding the conviction, the case eventually reached the U.S. Supreme Court in 1971. On June 28, 1971, the Supreme Court reversed Ali's conviction for refusing his call to military. On August 11, 1970, while his case was still under appeal, Ali received a boxing license from the City of Atlanta Athletic Commission. A month earlier, a federal court victory compelled the New York State Boxing Commission to reinstate Ali's license. He faced Oscar Bonavena at Madison Square Garden in December, delivering an uninspiring performance that culminated in a dramatic technical knockout of Bonavena in the 15th round. This victory positioned Ali as a top contender for a title bout against heavyweight champion Joe Frazier. Ali and Frazier's first fight, held at Madison Square Garden on March 8, 1971, earned the nickname Fight of the Century for good reason. It was a clash between two undefeated fighters competing for the heavyweight crown. The build-up to the fight was filled with drama. Frazier referred to Ali as Cassius Clay, which infuriated Ali, who retaliated by portraying Frazier as a dumb tool of the white establishment. Ali belittled Frazier, calling him too ugly and too dumb to be champion, even labeling him an Uncle Tom. Tensions escalated with Ali's provocative statements, contrasting sharply with Frazier's intense demeanor. In 1971, Ali began training at a farm near Reading, Pennsylvania, eventually establishing his own training camp in Deer Lake, Pennsylvania. The fight itself lived up to its hype. Frazier, relentless and aggressive, pressured Ali throughout the match, absorbing jabs and combinations but delivering punishing blows to Ali's body. The early rounds were closely contested, with Ali showcasing defensive skills while enduring more punishment than ever before. In the 11th round, Frazier landed a powerful left hook that staggered Ali. In the final round, Frazier's left hook knocked Ali down briefly. Ali lost by unanimous decision, marking his first professional defeat. In 1973, Ali faced Ken Norton. Norton reportedly broke Ali's jaw in the second round, handing Ali his second career loss by decision. Despite contemplating retirement, Ali bounced back with a controversial victory over Norton in their rematch. This set the stage for a highly anticipated rematch with Joe Frazier at Madison Square Garden on January 28, 1974, following Frazier's recent title loss to George Foreman. Ali started the fight strong, staggering Frazier in the second round. However, referee Tony Perez mistakenly intervened, thinking the round had ended, which allowed Frazier to recover. As the fight progressed, Frazier gained momentum in the middle rounds, snapping Ali's head back in round 7 and pushing him against the ropes by round 8. The final 4 rounds saw shifts in momentum between both fighters. Throughout the bout, Ali managed to evade Frazier's powerful left hook by moving around the ring and clinching when cornered, a tactic that Frazier's team protested against. Despite this, the judges unanimously awarded Ali the victory. Ali's victory over Frazier paved the way for a title fight against heavyweight champion George Foreman in Kinshasa, Zaire, on October 30, 1974, a match famously known as the Rumble in the Jungle. Foreman was renowned for his devastating punching power, having knocked out both Joe Frazier and Ken Norton in the second round. At 32 years old, Ali was past his prime, with reduced speed and reflexes compared to his younger years. Foreman was seen as intimidating and threatening. Despite the odds, Ali remained his confident and flamboyant self before the fight. Once the fight began, Ali started strong, landing right crosses on Foreman's head. However, to the surprise of his corner, Ali changed tactics in the second round. He retreated to the ropes, covering up and inviting Foreman to attack while counterpunching and taunting him verbally. As Foreman tired in the middle rounds, Ali capitalized, countering effectively and thrilling the pro-Ali crowd. In the 8th round, Ali seized the moment and dropped a fatigued Foreman with a combination in the center of the ring. Foreman failed to beat the count, and amidst chaos and celebration, Ali had reclaimed the heavyweight title by knockout. Ali then agreed to face Joe Frazier for a third time in Manila. The fight, famously known as the Thrilla in Manila, took place on October 1, 1975, with temperatures nearing 38 degrees Celsius. Ali started aggressively, trading blows with Frazier in the early rounds. However, as the fight progressed, Ali began to tire and resorted to using the rope-a-dope strategy, often clinching with Frazier. Despite this, Ali managed effective counterpunches at times, but mostly absorbed Frazier's relentless attacks. In the 12th round, Frazier started to weaken, and Ali landed several powerful blows that closed Frazier's left eye and caused a cut over his right eye. With Frazier's vision impaired, Ali dominated the 13th and 14th rounds, landing numerous punches on Frazier's head. The fight was stopped before the 15th round when Frazier's trainer, Eddie Futch, refused to let Frazier continue despite Frazier's objections. Both of Frazier's eyes were swollen shut. Ali won by TKO, but he was exhausted and physically drained in his corner after the fight. Following his third fight with Frazier, Ali contemplated retirement due to his physical condition. He expressed soreness all over and said, "My arms, my face, my sides all ache. I'm so tired. There is a strong chance that I will retire." On February 2, 1976, Ali defeated Jean-Pierre Koopman with a fifth-round knockout. The fight did not involve the WBC heavyweight title. Later, on April 30, 1976, Ali faced Jimmy Young and controversially won by unanimous decision. Howard Cosell noted that Ali seemed off in his timing, and Ali himself admitted he was feeling his age and conserving energy for his upcoming bout with Ken Norton. On May 24, 1976, Ali defeated Richard Dunn with a fifth-round technical knockout. The knockout punch, known as the acupunch, was taught to Ali by Taekwondo Grandmaster Jun Rhee, who learned it from Bruce Lee. This fight marked Ali's last knockout victory in his boxing career. In September 1976, Ali fought Ken Norton for the third time at Yankee Stadium. Ali won a controversial decision that many ringside commentators scored in Norton's favor. Following this bout, Ali announced his retirement from boxing to focus on his faith. After a victorious return against Alfredo Evangelista in May 1977, Ali struggled in his next fight against Ernie Shavers in September, enduring several powerful blows to the head. Ali won by unanimous decision, but the fight raised concerns about his health. In February 1978, Ali faced Leon Spinks at the Hilton Hotel in Las Vegas. Spinks, with only 7 professional fights at the time, defeated Ali by split decision, marking Ali's first loss of the heavyweight title. They had a rematch in September at the Superdome in New Orleans, where Ali reclaimed the title with a unanimous decision, becoming the first heavyweight champion to win the belt 3 times. Following this victory, Ali retired on July 27, 1979. However, driven by financial reasons, he announced a comeback to challenge Larry Holmes for the WBC belt in an attempt to secure a record 4th heavyweight championship. Around this time, Ali began to experience vocal stutters and trembling hands. The Nevada Athletic Commission required him to undergo a thorough physical in Las Vegas before approving his return. Instead, Ali opted to be examined at the Mayo Clinic, where doctors deemed him fit to fight. This decision was accepted by the NAC on July 31, 1980, allowing Ali to resume his boxing career. On October 2, 1980, Ali made his comeback to the ring at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas to face Larry Holmes, known as the Easton Assassin. Holmes, a difficult opponent, dominated Ali throughout the fight. After the 10th round, Angelo Dundee, Ali's longtime trainer, entered the ring and signaled for the fight to be stopped. It marked the first and only time Ali would lose a fight by stoppage. Immediately after the bout, Ali received painkillers and antidepressants, which violated regulations set by the World Boxing Council prohibiting such medications before post-fight testing. The punishing encounter with Holmes is often cited as a contributing factor to Ali developing Parkinson's syndrome. Despite widespread calls for him to retire definitively, Ali stepped into the ring one last time on December 11, 1981, in Nassau, Bahamas, facing Trevor Berbick and losing in a 10-round decision. On June 26, 1976, Ali took part in an exhibition match in Tokyo against Japanese professional wrestler and martial artist Antonio Inoki. The bout was controversial because of rules that limited Inoki's wrestling techniques, allowing him mainly to kick. Despite Ali landing only 2 jabs, Inoki's kicks caused 2 blood clots and an infection in Ali's leg, nearly leading to amputation. This injury affected Ali's mobility in later years, as noted by Ferdy Pacheco, who said Ali never fully recovered from the leg damage. Following the match, Ali and Inoki developed a friendship, marking a positive outcome from an otherwise challenging and controversial event in Ali's career. In 1979, Ali had an exhibition fight with NFL player Lyle Alzado. They went 8 rounds, and the match ended in a draw. In an exhibition on June 12, 1983, Ali faced NHL player Dave Semenko. The fight ended in a draw after 3 rounds. However, according to the Canadian press, Ali wasn't seriously trying for most of the bout. He was mainly playing around with Semenko. Ali was admitted to a hospital in Scottsdale, Arizona, on June 2, 2016, due to a respiratory illness. Initially listed in fair condition, his health deteriorated, and he passed away the next day at the age of 74 from septic shock. Outside of boxing, Ali's charm and charisma made him a cultural phenomenon. He spoke with eloquence and passion, often delivering memorable quotes that resonated far beyond the world of sports. His unwavering stance against racial inequality and his refusal to be drafted into the Vietnam War solidified his place as a symbol of resistance and courage during a turbulent era in American history. Muhammad Ali wasn't just a boxer. He was a leader who transcended the sport, leaving an indelible mark on the world with his athletic brilliance, charismatic persona, and unwavering commitment to his principles.